The Rough Country 1¼ inch body lift is a good choice for any 07 to 13 Sierra owner who's looking to get a very mild full body lift kit in order to get the truck in the air just a little bit over the stock look. Now this 1¼ inch lift offers everything you need to properly lift the front and rear of your body off the frame in order to fit up to 33-inch tires with very minimal cutting depending on size and still maintain a factory-like suspension ride quality. This is still super affordable, right around the $100 mark, which is great for anyone on a budget, and the installation isn't too hard at all, so I'm giving it a 1 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter. Clearly this is an extremely mild bump in the world of body lifts, but it is enough to get you a nice set of 33-inch tires if that's what you're looking to do. Now 33s are a bit too big for the stock setup, so that would require some cutting and trimming to make work. The easiest way to fit larger tires would be to add a super inexpensive body lift just to get those 33s in the square wheel wells. Now this way you avoid any permanent modifications if you're going with something relatively similar to a stock offset or something very, very mild in the way of poke. Now you still get the aggressive look that you're looking for with the body lift here mixed with the 33-inch tires without going anywhere massive with 35s, which would require some serious modification. Now you'll be installing the supplied lift pucks to your frame just to lift the body up 1¼ inch over the stock height while leaving your suspension as is to keep the OEM steering geometry. Now one of the concerns people have with a body lift is that it can leave an ugly gap between the body of the truck and the frame. Now this kit actually corrects that issue by including bumper relocation brackets in order to make everything sit flush. So you wouldn't need to pick up anything separately to make them all fit together perfectly. However, we have seen with some of the aftermarket bumpers in the world that attach to your frame, if you're lifting your body above the frame and your aftermarket bumper attaches to the frame, the bumper is going to stay the same and leave that little bit of gap between that and the body. Now some people don't really like that, some people think it's a very aggressive look. There's a very polarizing decision there, which obviously there is everything to fit your own personal preference. If you're not looking to do any of that, a suspension lift is probably what you're looking to grab. This kit is going to include the bare necessities to get your body lifted: a set of fiberglass reinforced nylon spacers, which will go along with the factory body mounts to keep the body and the frame properly aligned. Now that'll also cancel noise, vibration, and harshness. There are aluminum and steel options out there which usually don't reduce the NVH like the nylon or poly options would, so this is a great route to go if you're doing mostly on-road driving. Off-road, the aluminum will be shearing a lot easier and may warp depending on how hard you go. You'll also receive relocation brackets, as I already mentioned, along with grade 8 hardware and a ground strap bracket. Now if you're not too familiar with Rough Country, then I do want to point out that their products do typically fall on the more affordable side of the pricing spectrum, and this kit is absolutely no different. Should expect to be spending just about $100, which of course is very mild for a set of lift kits. If you're looking for a bigger lift kit or a lift kit that is more involved, like a suspension lift, then you might want to throw down a little more cash for those types of options. Combining a suspension lift kit like a 2½ inch with a 1¼ inch body lift like this can save you some money when compared to buying a 4-inch suspension lift. So you can kind of weigh your options with that in mind. Suspension lifts actually help with ground clearance, which is more beneficial off-road, whereas body lifts keep your frame in the same spot, so you don't actually benefit in that department. It depends on what you want if you're hitting off-road or not. Now a body lift like this, in my opinion, is for the guys out there not doing off-road driving, but just looking for that extra aggressive look, fitting larger wheels and tires without wanting to take too much drastic change to their suspension and have to worry about suspension geometry. This is the more affordable route to go for the guy looking for styling over functionality more so. If you're going on-road driving or maybe a daily driver, this would be the best way to go for that. If you're really looking to do it the right way as far as off-roading and ground clearance and suspension lifts, that's going to be your best option there. Now, as far as the installation, we have that exact combination I just mentioned installed on our 2013 6.2 Sierra, and we threw on a set of 33-inch tires, which again is the maximum recommendation from Rough Country. Now, it took our team out here at AmericanTrucks about 5 hours from start to finish to install this on top of a 2½ inch suspension lift, which a lot of guys will actually do. For this one alone, expect about 2 to 3 hours from start to finish. It'll be a direct bolt-on install. Expect 1 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter. Have simple hand tools on deck like a ratchet and a socket set with extensions, along with a jack and jack stands or a lift and pole jack if you have access to them. There's a couple of steps you have to take before getting the body of your vehicle up in the air. A couple of those will include removing the front bumper brackets, the intake hose, the fan shroud hoses, the frame end straps, the skid plate, marking the steering shaft as per required in your instruction manual. There's a couple other bolts here and there you'll remove, and all of that is detailed for you in the manual included for you in the kit. Once all of those steps are taken care of, you can finally get the body of your truck up in the air, slide the pucks into place, and tighten them down using the hardware provided in the kit. From here, you can remove and reinstall your tow hooks after drilling a 1/2-inch hole into the factory mounting positions where the relocation brackets will go. The bed lift is going to be extremely similar. You're going to be unplugging a couple of harnesses, removing the bed frame bolts, your rear tow hooks, and then your rear bumper. Once that's taken care of, lift it up in the air, insert the rear end pucks, and torque them down using the hardware provided for you in the kit. You'll have to mark down some cutting locations into the bed frame, as well as marking some drilling locations as provided in the instruction manual. Once that's taken care of, you can make the cuts necessary, but make sure you're measuring twice and cutting once. Once that's taken care of, you can install the bumper relocation brackets, relocate that rear bumper in order to close the gap between the body and the frame at the rear. Overall, this should take you about 2 to 3 hours from start to finish. Once everything's put back together, you are good to go. That pretty much does it. So just to wrap it up here, if you're the owner of a 2007 to 2013 Silverado or Sierra, both 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive models, you can check out the Rough Country 1 1/4 inch body lift kit, which is available right here at AmericanTrucks.com.